bank. Put your money in there. You'll get it back someday, but in between, we'll build some more pipelines. What do you think, everybody?
Line 3, Wells Fargo. You're a criminal enterprise because you keep funding planetary destruction. And it's not fiscally responsible to do that. Short-term profits are not what your shareholders want. They want a planet that they can live on that's habitable. So Wells Fargo, stop funding fossil fuels!
Well said.
In addition to being the #1 funder of oil and gas in the world, they're the #2 funder of the Line 3 pipeline. Boo! A tar sands oil pipeline being built by a Canadian company through Anishinaabe territory in the Great Lakes in violation of tribal treaties. Boo, Wells Fargo! And they are still the #3 largest private bank funder of fossil fuels overall. So we stand here today in solidarity with the women-led water protectors on the front lines, fighting to stop Line 3. The Occupy Worldwide General Strike for Climate Action. We are striking in a day of rage against world leaders. It is a decade since the Occupy movement in 2011, and things have only gotten worse. We strike here today in the heart of Wall Street West to demand zero emissions by 2030. Say it with me, zero emissions by 2030. Zero emissions by 2030. Zero emissions by 2030. Yeah. Patricia is Haudenosaunee, Quebecois, and adopted by the Cheyenne River Lakota. She's a member of the 1,000 Grandmothers for Future Generations.
If the Haudenosaunee have a central value, it's gratitude. And so these words that come before all else are words of thanksgiving. And so, Oska ondidewa wenoni ne ngwanigura tanante tenu werado ne ongwe soa. So we gather our minds together as one mind. And in Mohawk, our mind it's not just what we think with. The mind is the center of being in a way. And so it's our mind, our heart, our soul. And so when we gather our minds together, it's a process of connecting with each other at a very deep level that says, I see you. You know, it's there's a comparable West African phrase called Ubuntu. You know, the God in me greets the God, and then Namaste. So almost every tradition has a way of saying, I see you. I see you. I know that you are my relative. And so that's what we do by coming together in a gathering like this, is we recognize each other and we say, I see you. And I know that my commitment to our mother is a commitment that I share with you. And so what I feel about our sense of urgency for supporting our mother, you can feel it. You can feel it in the air as we gather today. And so I invite you to really get in touch with that place in yourself that understands that deep, deep connection.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
I would love to start by just saying that I was raised in a privileged neighborhood, and I get a question, why? Why do I care? And, you know, I always saw these protected communities all around us. And just to see the position that they were in, that they were less fortunate than us. And, you know, I always thought there was a reason for that. I always heard that, you know, they're just a war vet, they're just a drug addict, you know, they're just a slacker, they were born in a broken home. And all these reasons just placing these people to be houseless, with poor air quality, and unable to make privileged choices like risking arrest, being here, or, you know, being vegan for the planet. And I just want to honor all those people that don't have the accessibility to be here. You know, I always felt that there was a better way. There has to be something that we can do. And I realized a little bit ago that it takes courage. The courage to show up to these protests and rallies, the courage to take off work and show up, the courage to knock on hundreds of doors telling someone about progressive candidates and getting no's from probably 99% of people.
Stop the pipeline.
We're building it. It's like
Ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the state.